Hola niños, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos a la clase de matemáticas. Quería explicarles un poquito cómo es que trabajan las fracciones, a.k.a. widely known as fractions. Fractions, se escriben de una manera muy particular porque están compuestas por dos números muy especiales, uno encima del otro, que tienen nombres muy particulares. Quería explicarles que las fracciones están compuestas por el numerador. El numerador es el numerator. El denominador, el número de aquí abajo, este número de abajo es el denominador. The denominator, denominador. Por ejemplo, si tú tienes una pizza o tu mami o tu papi encargan una pizza, and you know how exciting that is when mom and dad like order a pizza and it comes home and you have to cut it in like different pieces. Sometimes you have to cut it, sometimes it's already cut for you, and I think usually they do it in 12s and 8s. So they grab a whole pizza, right? Es una pizza entera. And let's just pretend this is a veggie pizza because Miss Paola, it's vegetarian and mostly vegan. But I'm okay with cheese every once in a while. So, yo tengo que imaginarme que this is a set right now. This is a whole piece. Esto es un entero porque la pizza está entera todavía. But I'm going to count it for you because I'm excited and I want to share, right? So first, I'm going to cut my pizza in 4 pieces. I'm going to cut that pizza in 4 pieces. And if I choose to eat one big piece like this, if I choose to go like, oh my goodness, I'm so hungry. I know this is like a 3-in-1 kind of thing, but I'm just going to eat this big whole piece right here. If I happen to eat this one piece right here, it will be represented in a fraction like this. I ate 1 piece out of 4 pieces. Yo me comí una pieza de los 4 pedazos de pizza que corté, mis amores. Este número de arriba me dice cuántas piezas me comí. Este número de abajo me dice cuántas piezas habían en total. Remember, this is your numerator, right? This guy on the top is telling you how many pieces Miss Paola ate. And this number down here is telling you how many pieces were there before I decided to eat that 1 piece, okay? But let's just say, and this is just an example, este es un ejemplo de lo que te quiero explicar de cómo trabajan y funcionan las fracciones. Vamos a imaginarnos que mamá y papá ordenaron una pizza en la casa. And you know what's fun about fractions is that you guys are constantly using fractions at home. Like if you guys go and check out your kitchen, there are fractions in the measuring cups that you use for baking and cooking. It is crucial that you know how to read fractions, okay? That's why when I had that special guest for math last week, and we asked Chef Christopher to explain us how everything worked, if you don't follow a recipe properly, you can mess up a cake, you can mess up your cookies, you can, end up with really, really salty banana bread sometimes. So it's very important that you pay attention to what you're doing. Okay? A ver. So like I was saying, let's pretend mom and dad order a pizza. But this time, your pizza is going to be cut in 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces, right? 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces. All right. I'm going to erase these numbers over here because I no longer have 4 pieces, mis amores. A ver, vamos a buscar el denominador. We need to find out what the denominator is. What's the denominator? What's that number at the bottom that I need to pay attention to before I start eating the whole pizza up? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, I have 8 pieces. Tengo 8 piezas y por eso voy a poner el número 8 abajo. Because remember, este número te está diciendo cuántas piezas hay en total, el número de abajo. 8. Hay 8 piezas en total. So you have one whole, but I decided to cut my whole in 8 pieces. Tengo 8 piezas de pizza aquí. Entonces, let's pretend that you are really hungry at home, okay? Tú tienes tanta hambre que te comes todo este pedazo de pizza. Ahora tienes una fracción nueva porque te comiste una pieza. You ate 1 piece. Entonces tienes que escribirlo así. You have to write it down like this. 1/8. Porque te comiste una pieza. Now, let's say mom was really hungry too. And she's like, I can't wait for your dad to sit down and eat with us. I'm going to eat a piece of pizza before he comes and sits down for dinner. Okay, so tu mamá viene y se come otra pieza de la pizza, mira. Híjoles, ahora ya se nos fueron 2 piezas de pizza. 2 piezas de pizza. Ahora tienes que escribir una nueva fracción. Ahora se te han ido 2 piezas de 8. Because 2 are gone, right? If I ask you to shade 2 pieces, this is how you need to write it in a fraction. Si yo te digo, oye, rellena estas 2 piezas y escribe la fracción de este círculo, or in your imagination, de esta pizza, escribe la fracción. Si ya se comieron 2 piezas de la pizza, si ya hay 2 partes de este círculo que ya están rellenas, obviamente ahora tengo 2 de 8 o 2 sobre 8 or 2 of 8, right? I have 2 pieces that are gone from 8 pieces total, right? 2 over 8. Let's say you are hungry, but this time you are so hungry y te comes 2 piezas tú solito. Oh my goodness. You are super hungry and half of the pizza's gone already. A ver, tienes tanta hambre que te comiste 2 piezas de la pizza. Oh my gosh. You're probably thinking, Miss Paola, now, then how do I write that? Okay. It is obvious that you don't have 2 up there anymore, ¿verdad? Entonces, como ya no tienes 2, ahora tienes que contar cuántas piezas están rellenas. Porque se comieron varias piezas, ahora hay que contarlas. Tienes 1, 2, 3, 4 piezas de la pizza. 4. Entonces escribe aquí 4 of 8 or 4 over 8. 4 de 8 piezas ya no existen porque se las comieron todas. ¿Ok? Entonces, de esta manera tienes que ir escribiendo tus fracciones. Siempre tienes que ponerle atención a las figuras, por favor. You always have to pay attention to the shapes that you're working with because you are not always going to deal with pizzas or cookies. Sometimes you're going to have squares and triangles. So I need you guys to think about what you're doing. quiero que pienses bien. And I forgot rectangles. Rectangles too, right? Because you can cut those in equal pieces and then you can make up fractions with that too. Okay. A ver, chicos, entonces vamos a regresar. Let's go back. I'm going to back up and I'm going to pretend that the pizza is back to being whole again. Me voy a imaginar que la pizza regresó a su estado normal y que nadie se la comió. Miren, nadie se la comió todavía. Nadie se la ha comido. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ok, si tienes 8 piezas en total y nadie se la ha comido, lo puedes escribir de esta manera. 8 sobre 8. 8 over 8. And 8 over 8 is always going to give you a whole, right? 8 over 8 is going to be equal to 1 whole pizza. Why? Because I need all 8 pieces out of all 8 equal parts to be 1 whole pizza or 1 whole circle. Okay? I hope this was helpful to you guys. Decidí hacer el video porque a veces yo entiendo que las fracciones pueden ser un poquito confusas. They can be hard at times. They can be difficult. But I hope that this sample with the pizza was helpful to you. Again, remember that when you're dealing with fractions, this guy on the top is always talking about the pieces that were shaded or the pieces that you took away. The number on the bottom is going to tell you how many pieces total were there, okay? The one on the top is called numerador. El número de aquí arriba, el de arriba siempre se va a llamar numerador. El de abajo es a denominador, the denominator. ¿Ok? Esas son las dos partes de una fracción. También les quería explicar, mis amores, now that we're talking about fractions, antes de que se me olvide, quería explicarles en la tarea de esta semana, creo que van a haber problemas como este, ¿ve? Van a haber problemas como este que dicen 0. 1. And they're going to give you things like, I think, yeah, for this week's assignment, there's going to be a request of, this is one whole. They're going to tell you, okay, show me how you do 1 out of 2. 1 over 2. Okay, so you may want to go, okay, so I know that I need to get to here, and I need to do a line right here, because this is 1, and this is another part, so it's cut in 2 equal pieces, right? 1 and 2. This is exactly half. Esta es la mitad. Y aquí me tienes que hacer un puntito y me tienes que decir, Miss Paola, here is 1 over 2. Aquí está el 1 de 2. 1 de 2, ¿por qué? Porque esta es una pieza y estas son las 2 líneas. These are the 2 lines that I need to make a whole. Porque solo tienes uno para hacer un entero, ¿verdad? Let's say they're asking you to do a 1 over 6. Okay. This is another example. Pay attention. 1 over 6. So it's going to take you at least 5 lines before you get to this one that it's going to be at least the 6th line to make a whole. Entonces, tienes que empezar a hacer las líneas, ¿verdad? Porque te están pidiendo 1 sobre 6 en la línea numérica, pero solo te están pidiendo que llegues hasta el 1, porque te están pidiendo 6 partes de un entero. Entonces vas a empezar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can make your point right here. If you take away 1, this will be 1 over 6. ¿Por qué? Porque hay 6 espacios. Hay 6 espacios para que representes el 6. Y va a ser lo mismo si te piden que hagas 3. If they're asking you to tell them 1 sobre 3 or 1 over 3. Entonces, imagínate que solo vas a hacer 3 líneas. And they're only asking you to mark 1. Solo te están pidiendo que marques 1. Te están pidiendo que marques 1 de 3. Okay. And I have the number 1 right here, right? Because this is my one whole number. 1 de 3. Entonces vas a hacer 1, 2, 3. See what I mean? 1, 2, 3. Ahora vas a marcar una pieza nada más de las 3 líneas que tienes en la línea numérica. Vas a marcar 1 de 3. Si te pidieran, if they ever ask you for a higher number, si te pidieran